Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. I'm Kalikaiz. Today I'm playing a crazy deck list from Harbor Master Dave that was a deck donation called Golgari Gates or Blue Golgari. Basically it's Sultai Gates. We are looking to use Basilisk Gate to pump up our little itty bitty creatures and kill our opponent. The main deck has basically a Sneaky Snacker Spellstutter Sprite package. So we have Sneaky Snacker Spellstutter Sprite. And then we have abandoned attachments to put the snacker into the graveyard, which is some card advantage. We also have Coiling Oracle. Cryogen Relic is pretty sweet. We can hit that with, we can use the Abjure with that. We also have, so that means we have 12 blue creatures, 16 blue permanents. We have another blue creature in Murmuring Mystic. We have Ghostly Flicker for value, Flickering Spellstutter Sprite, Flickering Coiling Oracle, or the Cryogen Relic for cards. A little bit of removal spells with Cast Down and Tithing Blade. We've got Mortuary Mire to rebuy and some Gatecreeper Vines to find our lands. This is going to be pretty interesting. We also have Brainstorm. That's cool. And then in the sideboard, we have Hydros for burn, Troublemaker Oof. Makes sense. We have Cerulean Gatekeepers for life gain. Nile Spellbomb is a 3 of for the graveyard-based decks. Okiba-gang Shinobi to pressure people who don't have a board. And then Tithing Blade, which is still quite good versus Terror. So I made some adjustments to the original list they sent me to bring it down to 60 cards and modified the sideboard just a little bit. Hopefully my changes work out. We're going to be playing a grindy game here, so let's see how it goes. I'll see you in the matches. Upstate NY Pauper is hosting its third open event on April 11th. This event has an 80-player hard cap, so sign up early. Over 1.8K in cash prizes. This event is going to be sweet, so check it out in the description below at the link or by scanning the QR code. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching. Did you know you could get sideboard guides on patreon.com/Kalikaiz? And did I mention you can get early access to videos on the YouTube page in the membership section? And if you like these videos, make sure to like and subscribe. Round 1 versus I Heart Cats. You like every kind of cat. Okay, well, let's see. We have green. It's probably going to be green, blue, and then black here. I think we can keep. They're on the play. So our hand is very slow. Hers is mine for the opponent. Plays an expedition map. It's probably going to be monster Tron, I would imagine. We find a Basilisk Gate. I'll play the Manor Gate on blue and pass the turn. Then I probably just play out the Heap Gate. Opponent cracks the expedition map after playing a forest. I'm expecting monster Tron. Good draw would be maybe a Relic into Abjure. We find another gate. So let's go black and blue. Pass the turn. Ooh, I can Coiling Oracle plus Brainstorm. That's pretty nice. I'm a big fan. They play a forest. I mean, the power plant. Okay, next turn they're going to have Tron. Okay, so I need to set up this Coiling Oracle correctly. They crack their map for a tower. I'll use a Brainstorm. And then what are we going to do? Find Cast Down, Flicker, and Relic. So we know we want to put a land on the table. So I think I go... I don't know if I want the Mire on top or not. We'll play the Oracle, and then we get green, blue. I guess I just want to put the Mire on top and then get that onto the table. We'll put back Mire and Basilisk Gate. We'll take our turn, play out the Basilisk Gate, go green, blue, Coiling Oracle. Next, I mean, we're getting to the point where we can go Cryogen Relic plus Ghostly Flicker. We can use the Cast Down on their big creatures. I can also Brainstorm and set up lands and then flicker the Coiling Oracle. Nice. When it plays in Maelstrom Colossus for 8 mana, revealing a Prophetic Prism. I'm going to have 5 mana on this turn. So, what do I want to do? Well, I have Abandoned Attachments plus Sneaky Snacker. And then I can cast down the Maelstrom Colossus. Let's go cast Abandoned Attachments. We'll pitch the Sneaky Snack. Pitch Snacker. Snacker will return! Okay, and we found a tap land, which is pretty good. Play the tap land on blue again. I think I might need green soon. We're just going to kill the Maelstrom Colossus and swing in for 1. I feel like I have too many options now. I got so much going on. See what my opponent's going to have. It might be hard for me to grind through what they've got, but I can maybe try to lock things down. Looks like they have a Bramble Worm, which is a rample creature. It has Reach Trample. It is a 7/6, which is gigantic, but I can lock it down with a Relic on a next turn. Ooh, we find an Abjure. So let's go blue, Black play the Cryogen Relic. We'll draw a card. We'll play out the Heap Gate. I can attack with both of my creatures. Might as well. And then I'll just flicker whichever one is unblocked or is blocked. Then I have to crack the cryo on another turn. What's our opponent gonna do? They're gonna breath weapon. Interesting. So I could just flicker Coiling Oracle Cryogen Relic right now. I can counterspell. This is tough. I think I'm going to flicker on Coiling Oracle and Cryogen Relic and draw 3 cards. Just pretty nice. Just want that value. And then I'll leave up the Abjure. Find a Spellstutter Sprite. Okay, that's not going to be that effective here. We can brainstorm back the Snacker. This Brambleworm is going to be a little bit of a problem. There you go, Bajuka-Bog. I will brainstorm and return my Sneaky Snack. I'm looking for a cast down effect. Okay, so we have a land. We'll put back land and Coiling Oracle. Snacker will return. We have multiple Abjures coming up. So I think we're actually going to be in an okay spot. But that 7 damage right now is tough. This turn, I will play out the Coiling Oracle and put the Heap Gate into play. Then I'll play the Gate Creeper Vine. Oh, and then they play another breath weapon to get rid of my Snacker. Okay. I really didn't want the Snacker to be on the table. Snacker is too OP. So we'll go blue, green, Coiling Oracle. Oh, I don't have another green. Well, I guess I do because of the Heap Gate. Blue, lock this down. Okay, so do I want to just lock this down this turn or get a land? I'll make green. See what kind of lands. Just searches for a basic or a gate. We have islands. So I take the island, then I can lock down the Brambleworm for a turn. Is that worth it? And then I have Abjure up, sacrificing Coiling Oracle. This is really hard. I'll just cryo their creature. Find another Coiling Oracle, so I guess I'm passing. A crop rotation. We have double Abjure for big creatures. Finds a Conduit Pylons. Gonna need a cast down or something. I can flicker my Gate Creeper Vine and my Coiling Oracle and then put, well, I guess next turn, play Pinnacle Kill Ship. I will counterspell, sacrificing the Coiling Oracle. Nice. They play a land, 1 card left in hand. So I can play a Basilisk Gate. I need more green mana. Let's play Coiling Oracle. Finding another Abjure. What's going to help me the most here? Let's brainstorm. Finding Snacker and Basilisk Gate. So I'll put back the gates, put back this Ghostly Flicker. Then we'll go blue, play Murmuring Mystic, and then I'm passing. Next turn, when they play their card, I can Abjure with the Coiling Oracle. The Murmuring Mystic's just spitting out a bunch of Abjure things that I can do. Expedition map doesn't matter to me. They crack the map. Finding a tower. Plays the tower. I only want to Abjure if I have to. Plays another Kill Ship. So I will counterspell. Sack the Coiling Oracle. And then we have a solid amount of damage, but not enough damage to kill them. They're getting in for 7. What's my play? Flicker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm at 6 life. I'm going to play out the Snacker. They're at 24. I guess I can block with a Gate Creeper Vine. Well, let's attack with our creatures. They go to 22. I will block with a Gate Creeper Vine and go to 1. Block. They have 1 card in hand. We will make a token. Keep gate. Make a token. I think I can hit them for lethal. Let's find out. Tap it. Make a token. I've got a lot of mana. I have my 3rd Basilisk Gate. So I will gate my Mystic. 1, 2. Gate the Mystic. And then I will gate the Mystic. I will attack. And we win. I'm surprised, but I am glad. We want the Tithing Blades because they don't have that many creatures. Well, the Murmuring Mystic did help in the end, but I don't think it's that necessary. Just want a few removal spells, I think. Let's get rid of 1 Gate Creeper Vine. Submit. Game 2. I Heart Cats is our opponent, and we have no colored sources, which is pretty sad, and I think that means that we need to mulligan. Mulligan. We have a single land, but we do have the Brainstorm. I'll keep it Put back one of the snacks. So this is going to be blue-green. They play a power plant. Uh-oh. Okay, blue-green. We are hoping for a large amount of lands. Coiling Oracle into many lands. They cycle a Genercent. They'll have a forest. Plays out a forest. Ancient Stirrings looking for Tron lands. Reveals a forest. So coming out slow as well. What do I find? They play a Candy Trail. Maybe they could have done that first. But then they would have just... It's basically the same. They go top bottom, so they must have a Tron land on top. Or another Ancient Stirrings. We find another snacker. We will brainstorm. One land keep, concede. Classic. Classic. I'd already mulliganed. Oh well, I should have mulliganed more. I have 21 lands, and I am... Ooh, okiba-gang Shinobi could be pretty good. Let's bring that in. So the Gatecreeper Vines, are they part of my mana base? That's the question. Maybe they are. Maybe the Tithing Blades... What am I thinking about right now? I like being able to flicker and get rid of your creatures. I think maybe the snack is... Get rid of the... Pull this okiba-gang back out. That's just so good, though. If I can get it going. Really would wreck them. Don't know if it's going to be able to get going. But I'm up one card. I don't even know what I brought in. It was the Tithing Blade. Let's cut a Gatecreeper Vine. I'm all over the place here. Oh yes, I cut Gatecreeper Vine and Mystic. This time, this looks solid. We'll keep. We will go Gate on black-green. And then turn 2, we have Island. We can Spellstutter Sprite on a 2-drop. Or 1-drop, I'm sorry. An Expedition map. They play an Expedition map. So this turn, I think I just play out the snacker. Black-blue. Then on the next turn, I can counterspell a 2-drop. They're probably going to crack the map. They don't. They play Conduit Pylons. Got the Tithing Blade. I've got the Cryogen Relic. They put an Urza's Mine in the graveyard off the Conduit Pylons Surveil trigger. So what I probably would have done is, with the trigger on the stack, crack the Expedition map for the power plant, and then resolve the Conduit Pylons trigger, because now it doesn't really do anything. We find a Mortuary Mire. So I think I play the Mortuary Mire, which allows me to still hold up the 2 mana, and I'll attack in for 2. And then next turn I'll have 4 mana in play for Cryogen Relic. When it cracks the Expedition map, finds an Urza's power plant. So if they were going to do that anyway, should definitely resolve the Conduit Pylons after. So they know I have 2 mana Spellstutters, huh? They're just passing. We'll play out a Cryogen Relic. Hold up the Spellstutter Sprite for a crop rotation. We'll attack in for 2. I should have played the Basilisk Gate, so there was a mistake there. I think the Basilisk Gate in play would have been better. So I could start working towards the Gates plan, but maybe not. Yeah, they do not want to go for the crop rotation there. They make a green. Looks like they might try for it now. They sacrifice, and it's a massive blowout with the Spellstutter Sprite. Massive. I don't know if my opponent is going to be able to recover from that. They'd already been missing land drops. So we'll play out Cryogen Relic. Draw a card. Play Black Dragon Gate on green. We'll attack in for 3. At their end step, I will probably crack the Cryogen Relic for a card. They play a Wooded Ridgeline. So they could have also... I'll crack the Cryogen Relic. I'm thinking they probably have a Breath Weapon now. Well, let's play the Basilisk Gate. Pump up a creature. Go ahead and attack in for 6. Now, do I want to... I don't think that I do want to play the Snacker here in case of Breath Weapon, because I have no good way to return it right now, so it doesn't seem like the wisest choice. When it goes Ancient Stirrings. So we'll just let that resolve. We have Cast Down. They find an Urza's Tower, so they could play a 7 mana colorless thing, but we can just blast it. Actually, we don't want to blast it if we have the Tithing Blade. We just want to Tithing Blade it. Yeah, that's fine. They draw a card. We'll play Seagate on... So that's blue. I guess green still. Maybe black. We'll go green. And then we'll go Tithing Blade. I think it makes sense to pump my creature. When it gives me the GG's. GG's, I heart cats. It's not over yet. Oh, it is over. Nice. Good thing they counted, because I wasn't. We'll see in round 2. Round 2. We're versus Yu Xiaoyu. Really good player. They have a 2023 Pauper Prestige. I made it to the Pauper Finals in 2019, and never again. I'm going to keep it. Hopefully this brainstorm works out for me. Call me garden. So they're playing probably gardens. Let's play out an island and pass, I guess. Yep, it is black-green gardens. We have a lot of value. We could maybe outvalue them. I'm not sure. Wellspring. Let's try a brainstorm. Find Snacker, and we find Abjure, Spellstutter Sprites, and Coiling Oracle. So let's go land on top, land on top. We untap. We play the Heap Gate and pass the turn. Opponent will pass. I'll play out the Basilisk Gate. I'll make green and a blue, and play Coiling Oracle. So I'm getting my Abjure stuff online. We put another Basilisk Gate onto the battlefield, so ramping. Lovely. They will Fanatical Offering, draw 3 cards. It's a strong play. They have 4 mana. They'll use the Tithing Blade to kill my Coiling Oracle. Okay. And then they will Fanatical Offering, drawing some cards. Let's play Manor Gate on blue and green. Play out a Snacker. No, that doesn't work. Darn. Oh well. I guess I play the Snacker like this. I was hoping that I could play the Snacker and leave up a blue, but I played the Sea Gate before I thought about what my mana was going to do, so that was a mistake. That means my Abjure can no longer be used with the Snacker. They will Fanatical Offering, sacrificing a plant. Plays out a Crypt Rats. Let's play Island, and then pump up the snack. Go ahead and attack in for 6. They map onto their rat. That's unfortunate. But they don't find anything. Find a Colony Garden. That was a lucky break. Maps again. Finds a Reckoner's Bargain. They'll get in for 2. Plays Nile Spellbomb. I'm going to go ahead and counterspell, sacrificing my snack. But we need some card draw. Opponent's like, what? Plays a Colony Garden that they can now use the Reckoner's Bargain on. Find a Sprite. I'll play a land. I think this rat's going to kill me. They Viscer's Insight. We'll play Sprite. It's not good, but it's what I can do. Sprite. Or I can Abjure, sacking the Sprite. Counterspell. Then I probably shouldn't have tapped the Heap Gate there, because now I could have made a treasure token. Oh my goodness, this is tough. Opponent will attack in for 2. Crypt Rats OP. Sacrifices their Tithing Blade with the Reckoner's Bargain. Plays Ichor Wellspring. We just haven't really found any ways to draw cards. Plays a Haunted Mire. Okay. We'll play Gate on green. Pass. I am not a big fan of trying to play grindy games, so I'm going to move on with my life. Looks like we would have drawn basically nothing. That's okay. We could have maybe had out, and I chose to continue moving forward instead of trying to worry about it. So Mystic is good. Tithing Blade seems pretty mediocre. Actually, the okiba-gangs are good here if I can get them going. Obviously, I want to be able to kill their Crypt Rats. I guess the Tithing Blade is good because it can eventually, like, flip. Let's get rid of the Gatecreeper Vines. The Tithing Blade can, like, pressure them better. I'll cut 1 cast down. Okay, so I need to keep a hand with land spells and card draw. It's a lot to ask for, I guess. Okay, we're on the play. This is quite solid, right? Let's keep. We'll go green, blue, blue, black. We'll play the Mana Gate on green and blue. Opponent plays a Haunted Mire. We'll play Sea on blue and black. Opponent plays out their Swamp. Do I just want to jam the Sneaky Snacker? They pilfer me. Rough. They're going to take my Cryogen Relic, and I'm going to be stranded without card draw yet again. No. Unfortunate. But yep. Maybe I just play the Heap Gate and then just make a treasure and then go the next turn. If I were them, I would take the Cryogen Relic. They choose to take the Sneaky Snack. Well, then I will play out my Cryogen Relic. Play the Sea Gate on black. They play out a Wellspring. What am I doing? They Bajuka Bog away the Snackers. They really don't want the Snacker to resolve. Play the Heap Gate. Pass. They play out a Ichor Wellspring. They pick up their Bog with a Golgari Rot Farm. We will make a treasure. My turn. I will play out. I guess I try the Abandoned Attachments. We'll discard the Dimir Guildgate. Finding Abjure. I'll play the Basilisk Gate. Pass the turn. This is interesting because it's sort of the same. Playing the Basilisk Gate and the Black Dragon Gate there. They will Crypt Rats. I'm going to counterspell. Sacrificing my Cryogen Relic for a Cryptic Command. Find another Cryogen Relic. I didn't need to do that either. That was totally not necessary. I could have just untapped and then just Tithing Bladed it. What am I doing? Man, this is really tough for me. Just playing this kind of game is not standard for a combo gamer. Cryogen Relic. Play Black Dragon Gate. So it's black. We'll do blue. I don't know why I did that. I guess they could have had it. They didn't play a land that turn, so maybe they were counting on being able to play a Colony Garden and protect it from the Tithing Blade. So I'll pretend that I was smart enough to know that. They're going to go ahead and play out a Troll of Khazad-dûm. Okay. I think I will make a treasure. Tapping the Basilisk Gate. Go to my turn. We find a Sneaky Snack, so I can discard that one. Manor Gate on blue. Attachments. Discard Snack Attack. We find double Abjure. Okay. I will Tithing Blade you. So if they kill my creature, I can brainstorm it back to the battlefield, my Sneaky Snacker, and then get in and try to okiba-gang them. They have a Crypt Rats. I will Abjure, sacrificing the Cryogen. Play a Nile Spellbomb. Okay. We'll go to my turn. Play Island. Now I think I play the Mystic out. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll attack in. I can't okiba-gang this turn. Opponent goes to 18. Crypt Rats seems to be their main win condition. We don't have very many counterspells left. We just have 2 Abjures and then our Spellstutters. They have a Snuff Out. I will cast a Brainstorm. Wait, we can Abjure the Snuff Out. We're gonna Brainstorm now. Oh my goodness. I found another Abjure. That's very good. Put back Black Dragon Gate, and then I will go ahead and counterspell, sacrificing a bird. Make a bird. Nice. My last counterspell, though. I know they have Bog in hand and 3 unknowns. Plays a land. Bog in hand. Defile. I will Abjure. Sacrifice a bird. They crack the Spellbomb. Okay. They're looking for a way to kill the Mystic. Viscer's Insight, sacrificing the Wellspring. They really want the Mystic in the graveyard to be exiled. They have so many cards in hand again. They use all their cards and then just whoop, drew them all back. All right. Lots of counterspells occurred. Plays a Pilfer. I will Brainstorm. And then I get to hide the okiba-gang on top of my deck. Okiba-gang, okiba-gang. 4 opponents. They have no cards to take. Yes. 4, 1, 2, 4. All right. I'll play Black Dragon Gate on blue. Let's go ahead and gate on the Snacker. 1, 2. An opponent concedes. They didn't want to get hit with the okiba-gang. Wow. Okay. Somehow we won. We'll try it again. This is running pretty hot compared to what it looks like. Dave had called this the moist pile. All right. We are now in a weird situation. In game 3, we have the ability to play Snacker or Coiling Oracle. I think the Coiling Oracle is just worth more right now because we can get a card out of it and flicker it maybe. Opponent leads on a plant. We'll play Gate on green. I guess there was no reason. I was probably going to go black-green anyway, and I didn't realize that this was a Black Dragon Gate. I thought it was a Manor Gate. Now I actually can play Snacker or Coiling Oracle, whatever I feel like. They cycle a Troll, probably getting the tap land. Gets a regular Swamp. So they could Duress. They play a Spellbomb instead. Go land and play out a Coiling Oracle. If I get a land this turn, I could okiba-gang them on the next turn. But they probably will block with their plant. Wait, 5, 5, 5. I probably didn't want to counterspell the Wellspring there anyway. What am I talking about? They play a Swamp. So they could have a Defile. Go green, black, play Coiling Oracle. I should have attacked first, and then they would have been forced to block. We'll play Basilisk Gates, attack in for 1. Is it better to... I think I might want to just flicker both the Oracles. They tap out. Instead of abjuring them, we play a 4th land. All right, it looks like we're going to go for make a treasure. Would be bad into a Suffocating Fumes. If I play the Sea Gate, it's going to be black at this point. I can get in. I think I'm just going to attack. And then I'll play out Snack and see what happens here. If they tap really low, I'd like to flicker these 2 Coiling Oracles. I'm going to attempt to flicker the Coiling Oracles. Okay, that resolves. We find a Coiling Oracle and a Cryogen Relic. So do I counterspell their card? I think not right now. Got a little bit of value, instant speed divination. They will play a Crypt Rats. I will abjure, sacrifice Coiling Oracle. I have all my creatures at one toughness. They play Crypt Rats again. They're probably going to have a cast down. Crypt Rats is annoying. They cast down my creature. Okay. So now I can cast down their creature, blue, black, and then get in with the okiba-gang. That's nice. Fill your plans. Go to attacks. And ninjutsu, pick up the Coiling Oracle. They will have to discard 2 cards. Probably not that big of an issue for them, but it is helpful for me to have that happen. Then they're going to draw their Crypt Rats. Will play a land and pass the turn. They are going to have to either block or sacrifice the Crypt Rats. They'll probably sacrifice the Crypt Rats here. If I just Basilisk Gate, then they have to do stuff. So let's go Gate, and they will pop the Crypt Rats. We'll green, blue, Coiling Oracle. What do we find? A land. It is a Sea Gate, so we'll go green again, and then play this Black Dragon Gate on blue. Play Cryogen Relic. Draw a card. What do we draw? A Basilisk Gate. If they're out of removal, they're pretty toast, but they might still have removal in their hand. They have a removal-based deck with lots of card draw. Plays out a Lembas. They're currently at 12. I love that the Coiling Oracle is just putting us so ahead on lands. They snuff out my creature. They're going to Fanatical Offering the Lembas. What kind of creatures can I draw? They're going to get rid of my graveyard. It all makes sense. Plays out a Swamp. Another Nile Spellbomb. We have an Abandoned attachment, so let's go green, blue, cast the Coiling Oracle. Another Coiling Oracle. Green, blue, Coiling Oracle. We find a Tithing Blade. So does a Tithing Blade matter right now? I could abandon attachment, discard it. I can also play it, and I can't flip it right now. We could also pitch the Basilisk Gate, since I think we pitched the Basilisk Gate. It's a weird one. Abandon attachments, discard Basilisk Gate. All right, that was not great. Play out the Manor Gate on blue. Pass. Opponent plays another Crypt Rats. I suppose they're going to map onto it. Finding a Pilfer. No! Oh wait, that's next turn. Phew. They can't cast the Pilfer here. They kill my creatures. Any order. Then I will go Mega Treasure. Looks like we're going to try to flip this Tithing Blade. Play a Tithing Blade. They have to crack this. They didn't crack the Spell Bomb, so we're going to flip it. Paying black. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exiling Coiling Oracle. Now we're gaming. Go blue. Play out a Cryogen Relic. I'm hoping that I could just find nothing off the top so that they have to pilfer me on nothing. Play Seagate on green. I'm just all over the place. I'm choosing colors randomly. Consuming Sepulcher. Come on, let's get it done. They play a Troll of Khazad-dûm. That's not good. No Pilfer. And a plant. We'll put them to 6. They have Pilfer in hand. We have a cast down. Kill your troll. No trolls. Play a land. Your turn. They play an Ichor Wellspring. Draws a card. They will. Viscer's Reckoner's Bargain the Wellspring going to 8 life. Darn. Pilfer is blanked because I have no hand. They play an Ichor Wellspring. Their Reckoner's Bargain again. They're at 10 now. I'll make a treasure. And then I think I crack a Cryogen Relic. See what kind of things I can draw. If I draw a Spellstutter Sprite right now, I win the game. So let's try the Spellstutter Sprite. Try for a flash creature. Draw a card. Finding a Murmuring Mystic. Okay, we'll put them down to 9. I have a Tithing Blade. Instant or sorcery spell. We'll play Murmuring Mystic. Play a Tithing Blade. Then I'll flip the Tithing Blade. Okay, your turn. They still didn't exile my graveyard and not worry about it. They're probably going to kill this Murmuring Mystic, but if they were just going to discard it anyway, at least we can get their kill spell out of their hand. They play out an Avenging Hunter. I guess the game is going to be over here. All this careful posturing, and then they just go, here's my Planeswalker. That's fun. They're going to pick up the Witch's Cottage. We'll put them to 7. We did find the Spellstutter Sprite. Play a Gate, I suppose. That's the turn. We were 1 card away from just winning the game. I wonder if there was something I could have done that would have gotten me closer to that. They give their creature +1/+1, make it or +2/+2. So puts a troll on top. The only way that I win is if they somehow tap out and don't have a removal spell. They play out the troll. Hopefully they just cast Pilfer here to clear the way. They didn't cast the Pilfer. We're gonna attempt to flash in a Spellstutter Sprite. No whammies. And they have the removal spell, so I get to concede the game. On to round 3. Round 3 on the play. For Schmerbert. Schmerbert is our opponent. We will keep. I have 2 mana. This has no card draw or anything, but I do have Snacker Abjure, so feels good. I wonder what Schmerbert is playing. Demir Guildgate, your turn. What are we looking to not face? Okay, they play Dross Forge Bridge. I'll put a Snacker on the table. Maybe this is Jund. There's a Vault of Whispers. They are going to Wildfire, it looks like, which I had the mana to abjure that. We are hoping to find a Brainstorm. Okay, Seagate on green is good. It lets me get another land out of my deck. We'll get in for 2 with the Snacker. I'm willing to abjure countering a anything crazy. They play a Wellspring. I'll let that resolve. Maybe I shouldn't have, because then they wouldn't have a target for their Fanatical Offerings. That's another thing to think about. Plays out a Swamp or Clan Shaman and a Blood Fountain. Okay. So what do I fetch out? I guess I can fetch out the Basilisk Gate here. Multiple Gate Creeper Vines. So let's play Gate Creeper Vine and grab the Manor Gate. And we'll put it on green-blue. And so green-blue, back in for 2. Then this next turn, I'll fetch out Basilisk Gate, or it could be just the Heap Gate to try to get ahead on mana. I guess we do have to win the game eventually, so I should probably grab the Basilisk Gate. Opponent plays out of Writhing Chrysalis. Do I want to counterspell that? I will sacrifice my Spellstutter, or a Sneaky Snacker. Feels bad with the Blood Fountain in play. I don't know if that's going to be the wisest choice. They play a Dross Forge Bridge. We have a Cryogen Relic. So I'll go green, blue, Gate Creeper Vine, grabbing the Basilisk Gates, play out a Cryogen Relic. We draw another Snacker. They refurbish Familiar Me, so I get to discard a Sneaky Snacker. They go Eviscer's Insight, sacrificing Wellspring. Okay. I think I'm going to have to flicker the Relic to try to put the Snackers back on the table. No! My poor Snackers. They're gone from a bog. Okay. Must stay focused. Mid-range mirrors are just very, very tough. Let's Ghostly Flicker. Drawing 2 cards. Okay, Schmerbert watches the videos. I'm trying to do well, Schmerbert. It's tough. It's a tough situation for me. Find another Basilisk Gate. Let's play out a very Sneaky Snacker. Guess next turn we're just going to start powering up the Snacker and attacking. We can abjure, sacrificing the Relic to try to keep the Sneaky Snacker alive. Okay, it looks like they're spending a bunch of mana, and then they undid it. What I think I would do if I were them would be to Eviscer's Insight the Refurbished Familiar, and then try to Blood Fountain it all back. Right now it looks like they're going to attack with a Refurbished Familiar, hoping that I block, and I'm definitely not giving that to them free. No freebies. Okay, we have a Mystic. Mystic can be good later. Play another Basilisk Gates. I will pump up the jams. Pump up the snack. I will continue pumping up the snack. Attack for 14. They have a cast down. I'll just try and counterspell that. They sacrifice a Twisted Landscape. We drew a Gate Creeper Vine. Plays out a mountain. It will go to 2 life. I clearly don't have the win though yet. I need some way to spit out a bunch of birds. Opponent is attacking. We'll go to 16. Too bad these Gate Creeper Vines can't attack. Seems like this deck has been really feast or famine on whether or not I can draw cards. We have a Murmuring Mystic and a Brainstorm. I can Brainstorm and use a Gate Creeper Vine to clear it. Let's Brainstorm. They're indicating that they... What's happening? They're trying to find a removal spell. They forgot and attacked. Okay, so they play Suffocating Fumes, which kills my Snacker. And then I Brainstorm and return the Snacker. That's cool. And then we'll put back 2 lands. Snacker will return. Play out a Gate Creeper Vine. We'll grab another Basilisk Gate. Play out the Basilisk Gate. I guess this depends on what they're gonna do, right? If they get back the Writhing Chrysalis right now, it's not very good for me. Instead, they're going to cast a Fanatical Offering. I'm not sure. they do. So we get to flash in the Spellstutter. Will it resolve? Will the creature be countered? Yes. Now I have 2 flyers that can pump and attack in for lethal. So they'd have to leave back the Refurbished Familiar. Next turn, I can play out the Murmuring Mystic, hold up the Ghostly Flicker for protection. That way they can't Cryogen Shaman and destroy my Mystic. Okay, opponent's turn. They get in for 2. I'm still not blocking. Plays a Gixian Infiltrator. Yep. They have 3 cards in hand. Sacrifice Infiltrator. Or sacrifice a, Spawn, okay. Spawn. They're going to now use the Cryogen Shaman. Okay. Then they have to, then they're going to sacrifice all their things. Not sure exactly what's going on here. I feel like they're working on setting up a Blood Fountain. Well, what I can do is just flicker all the Gatecreeper Vines, get some more lands. I'll take Basilisk Gates, and I guess a Tapland Gate. So I'm assuming that they're trying to just kill me by putting a creature on the table or getting back their Refurbished Familiar and discarding me a bunch. Very tough to know. So I guess they get back Chrysalis Refurbished Familiar right now. They'd have to have double Refurbished Familiar. And I have 2 things to discard that I don't care about. But a little bit of value, got some lands out of my deck. They play out the Slagwood's Bridge. Now they can play Refurbished Familiar for a single mana, discarding my tap land. I suppose if they have a removal spell, they can kill both my, block 1 gate creature, kill the other gated creature. They concede. Okay. That was a weird overall. So, Troublemaker Oof could be good. Felt like the Murmuring Mystic was never going to help me. Tithing Blade seems not very good, right? They always have a bajillion creatures. I don't know. So we have to bargain a... Bargain? How does bargain work? Uh-oh. It's token or artifact or enchantment, right? Do we have any tokens? We really don't have tokens. The only artifact we have is this Cryogen Relic. So that's definitely not going to be a good call. Let's just go back to the Murmuring Mystic. I suppose the Troublemaker Oofs are probably for Nihil Spellbombs, but I don't think it's that big of a deal if it trades with the Snacker. Obviously, we were able to win without the graveyard anyway. Okay, game 2. I suppose this is a keep. We have a blue-black gate, and we can hold Basilisk Gate for Spellstutter on something that for 1 mana, but they play out the Nihil Spellbomb right away. So do I just go black, green, black, blue? Just tap land, tap land? I'm going to try the Dimir Guild Gate first. They play a Drawswords Bridge and a Refurbished Familiar. So I'll discard the Ghostly Flicker. Everyone knows how I feel about Refurbished Familiar. No sense wasting breath over it. Play Gates and try abandon attachments. I'm going to discard the island. Okay, we have Cryo Abjure now. That's not bad. And with a Duress. I forgot that they'd be also bringing in 75 Pyroblasts, and I should probably have brought in some Hydroblasts. Hydroblasts would be good against their Pyros, as well as their Wildfires, as well as their Cryogen Shaman. And then maybe we wouldn't have needed the Gatecreeper Vines. They choose to take the Cryogen Relic. Looking in for 2. We'll go to 18 and play a Gate on green. Want to attacks in for 2 again. I guess it's fine to brainstorm here. Well, now they've got the Chrysalis. Okay. Yeah. Oh, geez. Okay. Let's brainstorm. I'm just going to concede and go to the next game. That game was far from over, but I'm wanting to continue moving. Tithing Blade, not great, right? But I guess we can flicker it. I think I want the Hydroblasts over the Gatecreeper Vine. So now we have more ability to play the Mystic Plane eventually. I guess my best start is probably Coiling Oracle. Well, this one's fine. We have blue-black into Cryogen Relic into Abjure. We have Mystic. If we get that on the table and we protect it with Abjure, we'd probably take over the game. Go blue-black. We play a Slagwood's Bridge. We draw a card with a Cryogen Relic. We find a Hydroblast. They play a Swamp. I imagine they Wildfire here. But is it going to be on my card? They Wildfire their own land. Wish I could have countered that. If I draw another tap land, I can play it and then hold up Abjure on their Writhing Chrysalis. We draw a Heap Gate, so I'll play that and pass the turn. I'm going to Hydroblast. No. Cast Abjure on the Ichor Wellspring, sacrificing my Cryogen Relic. Then if they have a Pyroblast, I can Hydro their Pyro. We find another Hydroblast. They play a bridge. We find a Coiling Oracle. I'll attempt a Coiling Oracle. Find a Basilisk Gate. Nice. I guess, well, that was sort of nice, right? Because we now have the Hydroblasts. We just need some lands in play. I could have just played the Basilisk Gate from hand, so it's kind of medium as far as whether it's good or not. Another Wellspring for the opponent. So now they have fodder for their Fanatical Offerings. They get to Fanatical Offering their makeshift munitions. So I guess they kill my Oracle. I'm going to try Cryogen Relic first. I don't know that munitions on my Oracle matters that much, and I need a land. We have abandoned attachments on Snack. Let's get in for one. They decide to kill my creature. I'm going to go ahead and Hydroblast your munitions. So this turn, they could just slam a Writhing Chrysalis. I'm looking to use abandoned attachments to discard the Sneaky Snacker, followed up with the Hydroblast. I can cast down the Writhing Chrysalis and try to bash in. We are missing land drops. One has drawn one more card than me after going, well, they also Wildfired, so that's not exactly drawing cards, like kind of similar. They have the Writhing Chrysalis on the table. They still have 3 men if they want to crack the spawns. They're probably just holding the Pyro. Plays a Swamp. Use Fanatical Offering to sacrifice a spawn. We have a Spellstutter. Play Abandoned Attachments. We will make, I guess I just go blue and then pitch the Snacker. We draw Black Dragon Gate. I'll play it on blue and pass. I have Abjure and or Hydroblast available. Opponent will get in. Okay. They play another big threat. I have to counterspell it. I'm going to attempt to counterspell your Refurbished Familiar with the Cryogen Relic. Instead of a 2-for-1 for you, it's a 2-for-1 for me. But it looks like they've got another Writhing Chrysalis. Nope, they pull some Ross the Refurb. Brutal. Okay, I'm going to get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's get rid of the Cast Down. They play a Forest. You have another Refurb, I'll cry. Fanatical Offering, sacrificing a map. And then they get another map. We have a Coiling Oracle. But I think what I want to do is put my Mystic on the table. Mystic. I can block the Refurbished Familiar with the Sneaky Snacker and then brainstorm it back, making a bird. I have the Hydroblast as well. And if they have a Cast Down, I attempt to Spellstutter Sprite. I guess that was probably, but I can't really play around the Cast Down anyway. When I'm getting in, I'll just block. They're going to have Toxin Analysis. Block. I would expect maybe they're trying to set up a Krark-Clan Shaman. So Hydroblast is not great, right? I mean, Breath Weapon. I will attempt to Hydroblast it. Maybe they don't have a Pyro in hand. They have a Pyro, or they have what? Something black. They make 2 mana. They use a Cast Down. I'm going to assume that they don't have... I guess I have to let that happen. We get a bird. They play a bridge. They have 3 cards in hand. Is it my turn to start just slamming in? Will they kill the Snacker? I don't know what's going on. They map onto the Refurb, finding a Writhing Chrysalis. I'm disappointed. They're at 26. Play a Guild Gate. We'll play out a Coiling Oracle. Oh, nice. I guess I'm getting back the Mystic. I'm not going to attack. Planning on blocking the Refurbished Familiar. I don't know. They have so many creatures. Another Writhing Chrysalis. Unfortunately, opponent is in dire straits as far as time goes. They have 7 minutes on clock to my 16 minutes on clock. Another one? No. Cycles the landscape. Okay. They're getting in. I will block and block. Play a land. Play out the Murmuring Mystic. When it's turn, they're going to go for a Fanatical or something. I will respond by brainstorming. Brainstorm. We'll put back Snacker. Yeah, Snacker and Cast Down. Then we'll let the Snacker come back first, and then go blue Spellstutter Sprite, counterspell your Viscer's Insight. They're going to play another Breath Weapon. No, they cycle Landscape. The next card is a Cast Down. The next card after that is the Sneaky Snacker. I have to start slamming in. Spellstutter Sprite finally resolves. You're going to pay 3 mana for another Breath Weapon, it looks like. Suffocating Fume. Okay. Bummer. They're getting in. Okay. They're cracking a spawn, and then they crack another spawn. Just the one spawn. Okay, I'm at 8. Untap. Kill that. Bam. Make a bird. Pump my Mystic. Attack for 7. When it's at 19. They play a Refurbished Familiar. I will try to blow up the Writhing Chrysalis. Make a bird. I'd rather have a bird than just let them draw their card, I guess. They will draw a card. Plays a blood fountain. On top of the deck, I have a sneaky snacker. They return refurbished familiar chrysalis. I will concede. GG. Round 4 on the play. We cannot keep this. This is so close. Imagine drawing a land. Turn 3 abandoned attachments, like go nutso. I wish I could keep this. Mulligan. It was so close. Well, we can keep this one, I suppose. We'll put back a cast down. Done. We'll play Seagate on green. Then we can Gate Creeper Vine for, then we can like brainstorm into Gate Creeper Vine, which is pretty nice. Not sure if that's the best thing we can do. Seagate on green. People might think I'm a Coggates deck. Okay, we're up against Burn. Finally, it will not be a grinding matchup, he said. Assless Gate. Play Gate Creeper Vine. I'll grab Heap Gate. They play a mountain. This is probably grab the prize pitch Sneaky Snacker. If it's not, we can Heap Gate and kill their Kessig or whatever. They plot a highway robbery, feeling that I'm probably going to have a counterspell. Little do they know. We have green and blue. We can play Heap Gate and then go green, tap, make blue. Play out the Coiling Oracle. We find a Tithing Blade. It's pretty medium. Could also have waited and set up the Coiling Oracle with a Brainstorm, which I'm only just now realizing I could have done. But don't forget that you can do that. When it discards a Fiery Temper with the Highway Robbery, so they will put me to 17. Voldarn Epicure enters the battlefield. I don't know if I care about that, but it's blocking my Coiling Oracle. Find a Cryogen Relic. Let's play the Cryogen Relic. Draw a card. Play Seagate on black. Pass the turn. I don't want to attack the Coiling Oracle and just get it killed by the Epicure. Opponent grab the prize, discard Sneaky Snacker, they will return it. I can Tithing Blade them and then flicker Tithing Blade and Cryogen Relic and get rid of their other creature and then attack. And then I still have a cast down for the upcoming Gutter Snipe lethal turn. I don't have any life gain in the main deck. So black, Tithing Blade you. They'll probably get rid of the Epicure. We play a land. We'll get in for 1 damage. Then I'll flicker. So 2 mana, or 3 mana for a draw 2 plus kill a creature. That sounds nice. Like, that's a good setup. I like that. We'll draw 2 cards. We'll kill the creature first, and then we'll draw 2 cards. Snacker, Brainstorm. So I'm looking for abjures now to try and stop their onslaught. I can Snacker block. They will discard again. Discarding yet another Snacker, which is Bummer Town for me. If we can find a flicker, we'll be okay. They grab the prize, pitching a Kessig Flamebreather, returning double Sneaky Snacker. We can untap, play a Snacker, play the land, then kill your other Snacker. Not really getting anywhere with that. I can also just play Snacker and then Cryo lock down the other one. Just try to keep the cast down around. Then they play a Kessig, so we do have to kill the Kessig. Don't know if I have enough mana for all these things. I'll start with a Brainstorm. That was not good. Put back Gate, Island, green, the Gate Creeper Vine. I think I'm just dead because that Kessig Flamebreather is just going to ping me out. I'm going to be at 10. We're going to move on. I will assume they had it. I am tired of grinding. We need the Gatekeepers. We need the Hydroblasts. Spellbomb seems fine. Cast down Tithing Blade. All these are better as Hydroblasts. And then we'll get rid of the Mystic. Get rid of what? Flicker. Gatekeepers on the play. What do I have? I have a Hydroblast. Let's keep. We'll Dragon Gate on black, blue. Turn 2, we have Hydroblast available. Blue. Pass. Then we play another black or blue green this time. Then we can turn 3 pitch my own Sneaky Snacker, which will be so much sweeter. They're going to Faithful Suiting turn 1. Let's see if they have double Snacker. Only 1. They have a Lava Dart though. So you get on green. That's the turn. Coiling Oracle is solid. I could Brainstorm first and try to set up the Coiling Oracle. Let's wait for a different turn for that, I guess. We've got to expect a Hydroblast here. Okay, our opponent actually gives us the best possible out. Like, we're going to counterspell this Grab the Prize. They lose 2 cards in the exchange, although the Lava Dart's in the graveyard. They don't return their Sneaky Snacker. And we get to untap and jam the Abandoned Attachments, assuming they don't have Mountain plus Pyroblast available. Looks like they don't. So I'm going to hardcast the Abandoned Attachments. discard the snacker, return my snacker. I'll play the Manor Gate on blue and pass. And now I can brainstorm setting up the Coiling Oracle. Just so nice when it has an Epicure. I doubt they sacrifice a land for a Lava Dart at this point. I'm going to brainstorm. We find the Spell Bomb. That's nice. Flip back Manor Gate, Basilisk Gate. Oh, I messed that up. Oh no. That was not good. That was so bad. Brainstorm again. That was Bummer Town. So I will put back the 2 Cryos. I shouldn't have put back both the gates because I needed to make one of those lands as a land drop. Play out the Nile Spellbomb. And then I'm definitely going to Spellbomb you right now. Get rid of your snacker for all your stuff. Even though that lets them cast something into me not having the abjure. I just really threw that spot. I should also have left back this block. Like, do I need to take the 2 damage? I don't need to get in for the 1. I'm all flustered. I'm having like mid-range is overwhelming my brain. Okay, opponent will discard a Fiery Temper. I suppose they take out my snacker here. They could just go face. I think if I were them, I would go face. They do go face there. I'm at 16. They get in for 1. Plays a mountain. We're going to be holding up the abjure at this point for the gutter snipes. Play heap gates. Play a Cryogen Relic. Draw a card. Now I find a brainstorm again. I'll play another Cryogen Relic. And this time I'm leaving back my creature on blocks. I'm just not wanting to take the damage, right? I just want to block and then deal with getting the snacker back later. They grab the prize. I will abjure, pitching Cryogen Relic. I get the draw card. They could have a pyro. Looks like they don't have a pyro. Big game. And they don't attack in because they know that this time I'm not standing for it. I will brainstorm, trying to not screw this up. Put back Basilisk Gate, put back the Guild Gate, and that will put the Guild Gate onto the table. Or I could go Guild Gate, Basilisk Gate, land, blue and green, Coiling Oracle, Basilisk Gate onto the table, and then I'll go blue, Cryogen Relic. And now that I have the Coiling Oracle to block the Epicure, maybe I'm fine with attacking. A little bit of ramping there. Finally, actually got it done. Okay, opponent, what's next? They gutter snipe. They've had to gutter snipe eventually. We have the counter to kapow. So now I can I get lethal? I have 14. I was looking at his gatekeepers. Should I gatekeepers or should I just slam in for 14 for lethal? They'd have to fire blast my creature. So let's play the land. Power this up. Okay, we got him. That was hard. We'll try it again. Let's keep this hand. We can lead on an untapped land so that we have a counterspell for the 2-drop, like grab the prize. We start with the Voldaren Epicure. Play island, pass the turn. Our opponent will get in for 1. I wonder like how much damage this Voldaren Epicure is going to do me. Darn. Play Manor Gate on blue. Pass. I have to try and Hydroblast on their Highway Robbery, so they just can't get any advantage. Then they can just cast their other 2-drop. They're not doing anything. They're just riding this Epicure. Rough. Maybe I should brainstorm? They play a Keswick. I will attempt to counterspell that. Then they get to play Voldaren Epicure. My turn. We have Sprite. Let's play Black Dragon Gate on black-blue. Pass. I'm just going to snap off a Spellstutter Sprite on a 1-drop, but I don't know if that's going to happen at all. They have actually not that many 1-drops in their deck. They're getting in for an additional 2. I might have to just abandon attachments, pitching abandon attachments, trying to draw into some lands. I could also brainstorm into lands. I can't do anything about this Highway Robbery. It has to just happen. I could brainstorm trying to look for Hydroblast, but I feel like that's not going to be that good. They discard a Fiery Temper. I go to 11. I think I just have to attachments, discard attachments. Why is everybody using their whole clock, huh? Faithless Looting. Okay, I will attempt to rip off a Spellstutter Sprite. It just resolves. That's awesome. They play a land, and then they plot a Highway Robbery. We find a Hydroblast. I'm going to brainstorm and hope I can find an untapped land. We did. We'll put back double attachments. Play Basilisk Gate. I think I just attack with the Spellstutter here, because I don't want to trade it right now. They're likely to try and cast the Highway Robbery. I have the second Spellstutter Sprite plus the Hydroblast. And I can use them on defense, try to attachments, discard attachments. Try to find my gate. It's really gatekeepers. I think it's 7 or more lands though. They get in for 2. I'll go to 9. These things are dealing me so much damage. I just don't have the blocks. They go Highway Robbery. Spellstutter. It's officially countered. They Faithless Looting. I will Hydroblast. 1 card in hand for them. Play Abandoned Attachments. Discard the Abandoned Attachments. Find another Abandoned Attachments. Let's play Abandoned Attachments. Discarding the Cryogen Relic. I don't know. Maybe the Cryogen Relic is worth more over time. Discard the Abandoned Attachments. Oh man. Ooh, okay. So we found Cryogen and Flicker. I like that. We are definitely trading if possible here. Ooh, they have the Lavater to take out my creatures. That's not good. They're going to get in for, put me down to 7. Okay, so really Gatekeepers is if I control 2 gates. It costs me 4 mana. Play Cryogen Relic and draw a card. We'll Brainstorm. Trying to find some lands. We find lands. We find Abjure. We'll put back Flicker. Play a Heap Gate. I think I just have to risk this. Play the Cryogen. Next turn, I can have 1 counterspell up. We're going to 5 here, and they have double blood tokens, so it's most likely that I'm dead. They're attacking in, and I'll go to 5. They Fire Blast into Fire Blast. Woo! Why did it take so long? Okay, good job. We will attempt for a win in round 5. Round 5 versus Rizman. Or Rizmama. Okay, Rizmama. What you got, Rizmama? They're on Elves. That's not good. Well, I mean, it will be a fast match, probably. We will play out a Black Gate. All right. Opponents, 2 mana. So they probably are Winding Waying here or casting a Priest of Titania. They bend a couple forests. So they're on 1 land. If they play no land here, I'm going to bash. Go ahead and immediately cast down, kill your land or elf, put you on as few mana as possible. They untap 1 land in play. Passes the turn. Ah, yes. Oh, yes. It's coming together. Seagate on green. Is this a green land? Ah, crud. I messed that up. We're going to Abandoned Attachments. I should have put the Seagate on black. We will discard the Sneaky Snacker. Wait, what? How did I? Oh, it was already on black. Blue, green, black, blue, green, blue. This one will be blue, black. We can Abjure now. When it now has a Well-Wisher. That's not that threatening, but it's a little annoying. Play Seagate on black. Play out the Cryogen Relic. Wow. I feel like the deck right now is like just chugging. Opponent not letting me resolve my Cryogen Relic trigger. They would like to wait and see what will happen in between that time period. They're holding priority just in case they have an action. Force of Vigor, potentially. I'll attack for 2. I think it makes sense to sacrifice the Sneaky Snacker to the Abjure because I can get it back so easily. In Mass Vandal, we'll just counterspell. Wait, what? Can't. Okay. Cryogen Relic will be gone. I thought that the Manor Gate was the green one. Green blue again. Ah, I am not on my game. So now I lose my awesome Flicker ability. They can exile the Llanowar from their graveyard. They can also gain 2 life. Darn. At least we get to draw a card. Drawing a Flicker was not really where I wanted to be. When it doesn't attack, they want to gain that 2 life. Okay. Hey, we found another snack. That's crazy. I'll abandon attachments using my black-blue here. Discard the Snacker. Snacker will return. We found another Snacker. Okay. I'll attack. When we'll gain 2 life, then they'll lose 2 life. Nothing happens. They didn't tap their Well-Wisher. On the end step, they tap the Well-Wisher. They go Priest of Titania. I will counterspell. Sacrifice, Sneaky Snack. Opponent attacks in for 1. We go to 19. Card draw? Ooh, just more abandoned attachments. I'll cast the abandoned attachments. We'll discard the Sneaky Snacker. We'll return 2 Sneaky Snackers. Now I have a Spellstutter Sprite. Let's get in for 2. Now I feel pretty ahead. They'll go back to 18 after they tap the Well-Wisher on my unstep. Boink. Don't even have to use the Abjure here. I can just Sprite them. Timberwatch, I'll just Spellstutter. How about that? I'm a Fairies deck. Weird. Timberwatch is countered. I also can Flicker the Spellstutter for, well, I can have a couple of options. I can actually Flicker the Basilisk Gate too. We'll go to 18. Play my Basilisk Gate. Power up a Snacker. Wait. Turn off auto yields. So by Flicker, use 3 mana to Flicker Basilisk Gate and Island. I can power up a Snacker again, and then it's just lethal. We have 7 This is +5. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17. Darn. So let's abandon attachments. Pitching. Well, I shouldn't have done that either. Pitch the Ghostly Flicker. Attack for a lot. There was no reason to play the abandoned attachments there. I was just getting ahead of myself. I don't know what I was trying to draw into either. Like I said, mid-range is just overwhelming my brain. Opponent concedes. Wow. So they kept a very light hand. They were punished, I guess. The Mermaid Mystic's going to come out. Any removal spells come in, I guess. What else can we cut? Cut a Vine. Feel that this deck probably needs an Arms of Hadar, something like that, or maybe you, hey, we keep this. Wish I could had a green mana, but we have Seagate on black into Tithing Blade. Maybe they play a turn 2 Priest of Titania without doing anything on turn 1, and then I Tithing Blade. That's not what happened. Play an Elvish Mystic. Let's play the gate on green then and try to get out ahead via the mana acceleration of the Coiling Oracle, potentially. They don't have a land again. I should have just gone for the Tithing Blade, I suppose. No, there's the land. Cycles Genercent. So they've got Mass Vandal coming too. 2 mana for a Winding Way. Not a good hit. They did find a Timberwatch Elf. We find a snack by the Coiling Oracle. Let's see if I hit a land. We drew, or we found a Basilisk Gate. All right. So we're 1 mana ahead, but so are they. This coming turn, we can play double Cryo. Our opponent plays a Forest. They have 5 cards in hand. One of them is the Timberwatch Elf. Plays an Elvish Mystic into a Timberwatch Elf. We can try locking it down with the Cryogen Relic, potentially. Find a Black Dragon Gate. Play the Cryogen Relic, draw a card. And we have Ghostly Flicker. So next turn, I can, if I play the Black Dragon Gate on black-blue, I can play Cryo, or just play Tithing Blade and then flicker the Tithing Blade. It cast a Lead the Stampede. Finds Quirion, which is pretty bad, and a Genercent, and multiple Timberwatches. They untap. Play another Timberwatch, I suppose. How am I ever going to get out of this? I can't attack right now, at least. Find a Gate Creeper Vine. Play the Tithing Blade. So they probably sacrifice a Mystic. Come on. And then we'll flicker. We'll draw 2 cards. So I guess we're looking for Flicker and Tithing Blade. But we drew Mortuary Mire and a Manor Gate. They're keeping their Quirion Ranger and Timberwatch. When it attacks, well, that's an easy block for me. They choose to pump their creature, of course. They still have another Timberwatch and a Genercent in their hand. Plays the 3rd Timberwatch Elf. So this is 16 power on the table. Let's play a Cryogen Relic. I'm just going to go the next game. What can I do? Lock down the Timberwatch. Drawing an island. Land. Play Snacker. When it has an Nyxborn Hydra, so no, I think we're good. I don't have any idea how I'm going to win this game. We'll get rid of a Gate Creeper Vine. Weird to get rid of the Gate Creeper Vines. I think the best case scenario is that I open up removal, get rid of their early creatures, and continue killing their things, and then get into a counterspell game. So maybe I'll just try to mulligan to that. But we did have a really sweet game 1. Can't keep this hand. Game hand 2 is maybe acceptable. No, because we're not doing anything. We'll be dead before we do anything. And this hand basically doesn't do anything. We'll get rid of Mystic, get rid of the Cryogen, play this on black-green, Black Dragon Gate on black-green. Turn 2, Gate Creeper Vine, that's at least a 2-for-1. Then I can try to Spellstutter. I also maybe should have just kept the Dragon Gate on blue, but I feel like I was never going to be able to get my next land then. I'll Gate Creeper Vine. Grabbing an island. Well, actually, let's grab the Heap Gate. One of them casts Winding Way. Finehorn Elves, Quirion Ranger, Forest, and a Winding Way. I can play the Finehorn this turn. Elvish Mystic. So, Finehorn, Quirion, 4 unknowns in hand. Heap Gates. Do I just leave up mana for the Spellstutter? No, I think I just need to keep moving. Play the Cryogen. Find abandoned attachments. I think I need more blue mana. Rough. I did this myself, I suppose. Opponent will slowly tap their land. Plays a Quirion Ranger. Okay. I think we're super toast. They cycle for a Forest. Activates the Quirion Ranger. 3 mana. Please, opponent. You got this. You're going to Mass Vandal the Cryogen. Okay. They just really don't want me to have my card. Or the card in play. But I get a card anyway, so it's very confused. Okay. Relic of Progenitus. Okay, sure. You got this. Find a Murmuring Mystic. So I definitely am... Oh, I can't slam that. No. Mistakes. So many mistakes were made. Well, I can tell that I am really toast right now mentally, so I'm just going to go ahead and scoop it up. I think my opponent was probably going to win. Being 6 minutes ahead on clock was frustrating me, and I also just couldn't get this to work in a way that felt comfortable. We played every single game and went 1-4. Ow. Ow, my soul. So I think this is a sweet idea. I don't have any problems with trying to make this work. They probably need a little bit more things to sacrifice to the abjure. Maybe this should just be a blue-black deck and the Coiling Oracle shouldn't be around. But I liked when the Coiling Oracle was able to ramp you. It's tough. It's mid-range, and I need to work on that skill, I suppose. Hopefully you had a fun time anyway. I will see you in the next video, and thank you very much, Harbor Master Dave. See you in the next video.